Hello, and welcome to Sky Career Talks, where we display why it's great to learn with us and communicate. I'm your host, David James. We're continuing our conversation with Cheyenne Riehl. Before her time working at the Penn Museum Library, Princeton University, and Ocean County College Library, Cheyenne served in the graduate assistant position role here at Rutgers School of Communication and Information's Student Services for Careers. Here is my continuing chat as we recount our time as a graduate assistant. Well, thank you, Cheyenne, being able to learn more about your career journey. And now we're going to pivot into part two, learning about your experiences as a graduate assistant here at Sky Careers.
Fabulous.
So, so talk to us about your experience as a graduate assistant.
I loved it. I had so much fun. I again, every day was a little bit different. Every day presented maybe a new challenge. And I got to I I was allowed to. Ildy was fabulous. I can't talk enough wonderful things about her. She really let me just go for it. If I thought of something, she was like, yes, do it. But for the most part, to get back on track, I had so much fun, especially with the mingle, that I was able to reach out to people and network again. So I was networking with people who weren't in my field. And I was learning more about the different fields that Sky as a whole offers because I was in this position that I otherwise wouldn't have learned that we have so many not only wonderful faculty members that are big names in their fields, but also just the network of people and alumni that we have. It was just amazing to me. So that I think was just a fabulous experience.
And you realize, at a big school like Rutgers, you realize, that network, as big as it is, it does become a bit smaller, the smaller world, how many people are interconnected and, are have networked with each other, have shared stories, have collaborated with each other, including, faculty, the work that they are doing and collaborating with each other on, books, projects, keynote speakers, presentations.
Completely.
So, what were some of the tasks, or perhaps a day in the life of a GA that you did? Because you worked during the pandemic virtually, if I understand.
I did, and that was a while ago. So, if I recall correctly, we were definitely working on outreach initiatives. I would always peruse different job resources, Indeed, Monster, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn. I was on LinkedIn, and that's how I actually learned most of my LinkedIn skills by this position. Looking for jobs to add to those job boards, looking for internships. I was reading different blogs about networking and, best tips and practices. And if anything, I have to be selfish. It helped me so much in that position for preparing me for my job research experience. So yeah, there was unfortunately because I was remote, it was mainly on a computer, but it was doing so many different things that it really was dynamic.
And being that this position was virtual and there were a lot of new curveballs, to learn within that pandemic year, were there new skills or perhaps projects that you implemented during that time?
Oh, definitely. That was the year. I don't remember if that was the first year the Mingle went virtual or the second year. But that was a big thing for me. I had never been a part of such a large event. And on the back end of it, I've attended online conferences and different things of that nature, but I had never worked the back end of it. So that was crazy to me. It was a very cool experience.
Was there a favorite or memorable aspect or memory of being a GA?
I would say the virtual mingle, preparing for it, talking with a whole bunch of people, but also just working with the whole team. The career services team was just wonderful. They were just a wealth of knowledge and just fabulous people that to this day, I still think like, wow, I would have loved a permanent position. And that's not even my field because they were just all such wonderful people.
How did this position set you up for what you're doing now? Perhaps transferable skills. You mentioned earlier, by reading and posting these job descriptions, you utilize and implement that career aspect into your position now, correct?
Absolutely. I was able to, from reading so many of them, I knew what kind of education they were looking for, what kind of experience they were looking for. Was there technology, these patterns that these job ads were looking for? I also knew what benefits were out there, so I could leverage my own skills to say, this is a salary I'm looking for. These are the benefits I'm looking for because I knew what was out there because I was looking at all of these different industries and all of these different jobs. So it was a wonderful experience for the position I have now.
So to end, is there anything that perhaps any piece of wisdom or words that you can provide to anyone who's thinking about applying for a graduate assistant for Sky or someone who is a future grad assistant for Sky and happens to come across this video?
Yes, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Apply. It was wonderful. I had so much fun. I learned so much. And I really took away the concept of momentary mentors, that maybe these people aren't formal mentors in that sense, but I took so much from the team and from the people that they introduced me to that I was able to apply it to so many different things in my personal life and also my professional life, that it was a wonderful experience. And people still look at this on my resume today and go, wow, that was pretty cool. That everyone knows Rutgers, and the fact that the department that I was getting a degree from hired me for something really said something. So it was a wonderful experience. Do it.
Well, thank you, Cheyenne, being able to share both your graduate assistant journey here at Sky and a proud alumni, as well as, getting to know more about you and your career journey. Thank you for being able to take time out of your day to be in conversation with us.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
That again was my interview with Cheyenne Riehl. We look forward to connecting with Cheyenne very soon. Thank you all for joining us for another edition of Sky Career Talks. And be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow our LinkedIn group page, Sky Career Corners, to connect with our brilliant students and alumni. Until next time, I'm David James. Take care.